to the Nightcap. It's your girl, Carolina Sanchez. And if you've ever dated a man, baby, you know how frustrating it is. You know how you can get manipulated. Well, we've got a gentleman here tonight who says he's cracked the code for you. He knows how to get you out of that manipulation. He has decoded it and written the book. And I've got the ladies here to discuss. But first, I've got OST Liquor in the building. Owner Chris Cooper's here. And you've got a way to decode making cocktails, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So tonight we've got our Añejo Old Fashioned. We've got a Espresso Martini, a French 75, and our Blackberry Lemon Drop.
I love it.
Something special for you, we've got our Sunnyside Sidecar.
Sunnyside Sidecar.
Yes,
okay,
indeed.
well, I can't wait to decode all of this. And I know you got Jay Sleep in the building, too. But I've got the author ready to discuss, so let's get into it.
Yeah, what's up for a Nightcap? Chill, you know, kick back.
All right, the author we got here is Houston-based, and he says he's got it figured out for the ladies out here. It is a guide for you women if you're ever approaching a man and you're getting in a relationship. I've got L.J. Hamilton here,
Yes.
published author, the author of Man Codes Decoded, a woman's guide to overcoming manipulation. I see what you did there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so before we talk about the book, how did you decide, you know what, I need to write this for the ladies?
It was time. It took a lot of research and study, but also it's part of who I was in a previous life, let's say.
I was just gonna ask,
Yeah, I know.
was this a lot of self-reflection and self-work?
Yeah, it's a lot of self-reflection, a lot of self-work. It took a lot of healing for me to even get to the point of being able to write the book. And so when I got to that point, that's when I decided to put all of this information in book form to help women out as it relates to dating, relationships, and the type of men that you encounter and the type of men that you entertain. And so if you find yourself always in the same type of cyclical pattern as it relates to dating and relationships, and it always ends in a bad way, this book is the book for you. It's decoding everything. All the secrets are in there. And sometimes brothers get mad, but it's
I
like—
was just gonna ask, are the brothers upset? They're like, LJ, what are you doing?
Exactly. Sometimes brothers get mad, but I always tell them, if you're not a manipulative man, you should have no issue with this book, because what this book does is it uncovers manipulative men, which gives you a better chance of meeting the right woman when she has, you know, the right information as it relates to who to look for and what to look for. So it shines a light on the good guys who are actually good guys. And then it also shines a light on the manipulative ones, so you'll know which ones to stay away from.
All right, let's define a manipulative man.
Okay, in the book it goes over 4 specific types of manipulators. You have the verbal manipulator, the sensitive manipulator, the needy manipulator, and the space invader. And I'll kind of highlight each one of those.
Okay.
The verbal manipulator is the one who is really no action behind what he says, but it's a lot of talk. Good game. He knows how to talk to women. He knows how to be charming. He knows how to be deceptive with his conversation, but it's really no action involved with it. And I'm sure a lot of women can relate to being with men who they do a lot of talking, but you never
It's
see—
like, oh, he said he's gonna take me to do this. He said I'm
and
gonna—
he'll string you along for as long as you allow him, just based on what he says, based on empty promises, different things like that. And he'll use his words to manipulate you, because he knows that women kind of take to what a man says a lot, even if they don't know if it's true or not. But if you say it, and if you can tap into them emotionally and mentally, then you can lead them on just based on what you say, and you don't really have to put any action behind it at all.
No effort.
None.
Low effort man.
Low effort, no effort. However you want to define it,
Right.
that's what it is. And then you have the sensitive manipulator, the man who kind of, you think he's a safe space, but he's really not. And he knows how to use his softer emotions to manipulate women, be it sensitivity, compassion, transparency, you know, all of these things that a man can use to come across like he's sensitive, but he's really not. He's just kind of reeling you in to manipulate you.
That's
it happens.
The worst kind,
It's the
bro.
worst
What do
kind.
you mean?
It's the
Playing with
most—
my emotions for real.
It's the most emotionally destructive kind, because he reels you in emotionally, and he traps you emotionally, not based just on what he says, but you think he's actually a good guy because he's sensitive.
Listens to
he's
me.
nice. He listens. He has all the right words, all the right responses, and he can say all the right things. And you think he's actually a good guy until 6 months, a year in, you find yourself in another toxic relationship. Because once he reels you in, all of that changes.
Look, you got me in the defensive stance.
you
I'm
been-
never
you
like
been-
this on the
you
show.
been quite
but
defensive.
fuck that. Okay, space invader.
Space invader. He always in your space. He's always in your space.
He's the one that moves in because he ain't got no house.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
But he's always in your space somehow, some way. Doesn't want you to connect to anybody else. He wants to be that one that's in your space.
Where are we going?
Right.
What are we doing?
What are we doing? But more than likely, you paying. More than likely, you drive.
Hell no. That's financial abuse.
That too. More than likely, you drive, and more than likely, you paying. But he's always there. He has nothing else to do. He has nothing else going for him. So to invade your space is the best thing that he can possibly do.
And at first it looks like, he's present. He's with me. He's attached. He's clingy. He loves me.
And you already know the signs.
Yeah.
You already know. So it's kind of like he's there. You think he's present. He moves in with you, starts eating your food, start eating the kids' fruit snacks, whatever.
Oh, hell no.
He's there. And you think him being there, you think you got a good man because he's there and he's present. But he's really invading your space because he has nothing else to do. And if he can continue to manipulate you, he can continue to live rent-free, drive your car, run out all the gas, whatever. He can continue doing these things as long as you allow him, and he can continue invading your space as long as you allow him.
All right, and what's the fourth?
And the fourth one is the needy manipulator. He always needs something, always. And he's always requiring something of you, be it money, be it somewhere to stay, be it sex, whatever the case may be, he always needs something, and he gives nothing in return. It's never reciprocated.
Oh, it's a taker.
He's a taker.
Oh,
so it's like you pouring into him, he's pouring nothing into you. And once he drains you of everything that he feels is beneficial for him, then he'll leave, and he'll just find somebody else to mooch off of. Everything that he needs, he thinks he can get from a woman. And again, these things are real life because I've seen it acted out by so many men. I've acted it out myself. And then if you talk to a lot of women who have been in these situations, they'll pinpoint everything that I'm saying to be true. Like, yes, that is
What kind of manipulator were you?
I didn't think we were getting that personal.
We were gonna,
I was all of them.
all of them?
Yeah, I was telling one of the guests earlier, the first woman that I learned to manipulate was my mother. And so when a man can manipulate his mother, he's not going to care about any other woman.
Yeah.
Because that's your mom. And I have a very loving mother. And so that was the first woman I learned to manipulate. Because if I can learn to get my way, then that's what I want. And so I was all of them. I know how to talk to women. I know the right words to say. I can be that sensitive manipulator. I can be a verbal manipulator. I can just say all the right things and do nothing. I've been the needy manipulator at points in my life where I didn't have. I knew I can get it from a woman. It just depends on how I acted, my behaviors, what I said. And then I've also been the space invader. There have been times in my life, like I said, when I didn't have. So if you have it,
I'm going to take it.
I want it.
I'm going to be in there.
I'm going to be in there. And it might hurt you, but it benefits me. And as long as it benefits me, I don't care about it hurting you. And that's how manipulators think. It's like there's no sensitivity, no compassion, no care in regards to your feelings. I call them emotional terrorists in the book because that's what they are. They come into your life, they blow everything up.
Oh, hell
And then
no.
they walk away scot-free.
Okay, listen, if you know an emotional terrorist, you need to stay right there, all right? And I've got the ladies in the wings listening to this. So coming up on the Nightcap, we're going to have a full-blown discussion about what the ladies been seeing out in these streets and what LJ has to share. All right, you stay right there. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We were talking to LJ Hamilton about his book, Man Code Decoded, a woman's guide to, what is it?
Overcoming manipulation.
Overcoming manipulation. All right. And the ladies were in the wings listening to everything he had to say about his book. We've got Stacey B in the building. Welcome back, baby.
Thank you.
All right, here for the first time. You may know her from socials or because she's, taking your case to court. We've got single mommy attorney Gianni Avalos. Hey, girl.
Thank you for having me.
And we got Reina Mejia back. My first time with her because she was with Cindy last time.
Yeah.
All right, ladies, you heard what he had to lay out about the 4 different types of manipulators.
Yes.
Male manipulators.
Yes.
Have you dealt with any of those kinds?
All of them?
Yeah. Sounds very familiar.
Yeah.
I say it's what keeps me in business too. I'm a divorce attorney, so I mean, it's just such a common theme that I hear from clients in cases. Oftentimes we're always asking them, was there any family violence within the relationship? And the answer is no, but what LJ has done so well in his book is really just describe the coercive controller, right? And that is the individual who exhibits those negative patterns in the relationship to try to isolate the individual, try to make them vulnerable in the relationship to where they really have no out, to now, this person's consuming all of the time. So everything that he said, I'm like, yes, I recognize it, I see it.
Yeah. We were taking notes out there. We're like, oh yeah, we know that one. We know that one.
He said the best way to overcome is not by getting under another one. That's what I got from it.
That too, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you have to recognize your pattern.
Okay.
And I know a lot of, not just women, but men too, we get in these patterns of dating and relationships, and we attract the same type of person every time, just in a different package. And you never really understand why that is until you really dive into your pattern and really take a look at what you're doing to attract these types of people. And if it's for women, it's what you're doing to attract these types of men. So be it the needy manipulator or the others, it's something about you that's attracting this type of man. And that's also in the book, because that goes into accountability and you taking a look at yourself as it relates to what am I doing to continuously attract bad men, manipulative men, abusive men, and not just physically abusive, but emotionally abusive, mentally abusive. So that goes into your pattern and something about you that's attracting these men to you.
The work the self-work you
Can
got.
I ask
the
him
self-work.
something?
Of course, come on, Stacey.
So
self-work.
Capricorns are a monolith because obviously I keep attracting Capricorns, and they're all the same kind of.
Oh, friend,
Guys,
I have
you
not. I'm a lady Capricorn, and what I hear about these man Capricorns, I would never.
All right, what are these male Capricorns like?
Well, I feel like they're liars. And they think you're stupid because Capricorns are naturally smart. I think they're very intelligent men. And so they just think you're stupid. So they think they can say anything and you'll believe it. I believe you have one of those in your book. A heading for that kind of guy in the book.
Right.
Well, I think a big thing of it is that what you're seeing these Capricorns is maybe what you've like been lacking, or maybe that's something about them you're attracted to. I don't know if it's generally like the zodiac that you're attracted to, but I think it's like some quality that they exhibit is what is somehow attractive to you. Maybe something that you were lacking in childhood or growing up or something. And I feel the same way about the men though. I feel like every single one of those men that you listed out, there is some problem in their life, in their ego, inside of them, that they feel the need to use the women like this. Because you said the good men aren't offended by the book. The good men are actually appreciate it because it shines a better light on them. But the insecure men and the men that know that they are what's being discussed in the book, they're going to have the issues about it.
Oh, yeah,
so thank you for shedding that light.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna have to bring these good men on. And maybe
Yeah,
the
we need to hear from
The
them.
good men, I'm gonna bring them on and see
Good
what
men
kind of
versus
manipulator are you?
Baby, I lack nothing. I said they're attracted to me. I'm not attracted to them. They're the ones that approach me. I don't know
Maybe
what
those
vibe
Capricorns
I
like
get.
you.
Yeah, but them little insecure men, I think maybe I just get mother. I think I get mother vibe, maybe.
Okay.
But I mean, definitely, I'm still in business as being a single girl in Houston too.
So what's the last type of manipulator each of you have dated?
I feel like mine was like an emotional manipulator because like it wasn't like you can financially manipulate me or anything because we do well for ourselves, so I don't need you in that way. And I feel like in my marriage, I've been divorced for 8 years. So I feel like in my marriage, when things started getting bumpy in a rise, when I started matching income, and then it was a problem. And then it was like not, I would always say things like, okay, you're not refilling me, because like, I believe women can function on a lot of things, but when we get to the fumes, that's when it's the end of the road. And I just cannot function with an empty glass.
Yeah,
I like that.
I think that the last manipulator that I dated was definitely the one that he described to be the sentimental one. Because like you said, it's when you are an independent woman, they know that they are not going to impress or even put you in a vulnerable state financially, right? And so they're like, okay, well, how can I draw this person closer to me? And that is, we're looking for somebody to compensate what we're not currently getting in our life. And that is sometimes just, the romantic gestures, the attention throughout the day that in our life when we're constantly having to serve others and make sure that we're taking care of others' needs as independent women. It's so nice to have a man that is sentimental, that is willing to do that for us. But as LJ put it, like that is a way that, the abuse actually starts, right? So they attract you in that way, and then they end up, you know, flipping the script.
Oh yeah, I agree. I think the last one that I dated was, you were saying, I think it's the space invader or some type of invader that kind of like, you said the word leech, and that is exactly what I felt. It was almost like parasitic in a way. It was almost like anything I tried to do, right there ready to take it away, right there ready to suck the life out of me, right there ready to like, I was in a relationship that I was a lot more successful than the man I was dating, and I got a lot of jealousy from that. I got a lot of, you know, sabotage from that, and so I think that, is that the one that you were describing, the Space Invader?
Yeah,
okay,
always in
that's
your
the one.
space and-
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I got. So ever since then, since that man, that's been a little bit, I have not dated since because I'm so afraid that that's going to happen to me again.
Oh,
so.
you don't live in that fear?
Well, but it's
because
a
a
taker.
good part of
Yeah.
his book, a good part of his book is also like reinforcing and empowering women to stand in their boundaries and be the queen that you are, you know, and I think like that's a huge takeaway from his book as well.
All right,
So,
we're
like,
gonna
I feel
talk
like
about
if
it,
you have
baby.
your boundaries, then you don't have to be afraid.
All right, we're going to talk about the positivity and how we can discern these people. All right, you stay right there. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We've been talking about the different types of manipulators there are out there. We've got Stacy, Gianni, Raina, and author L.J. Hamilton, who wrote the book Man Codes Decoded, A Woman's Guide to
Overcoming
Manipulation. We were talking about all the problems.
Yes.
But as Stacy said in the book, you actually do offer solutions,
Yes.
right? Not only just the self-work and self-reflection to recognize these patterns, but also empowering the women reading like, baby, you got this and you don't have to face another manipulator.
Right, and I wanted to make sure that I added that part to the book, whereas it wouldn't seem so negative. So at the end of almost every chapter, there's some reinforcement as it relates to just your own self-work, empowerment, recognizing your patterns, what to do in order to attract different types of men, better types of men. So it's really, it's encouragement in there as well, and not just all of the manipulative stuff that'll kind of make it like if that was only what was in the book, you wouldn't want to date anymore.
Right.
So it's just like it's full of information, full of important information that'll really help women, you know, as it relates to dating and relationships and building something with the right type of man. Because there are some good guys out there, but they get overlooked often.
Some of the things that you described in the manipulators, and I haven't been dating in a long time, I think it would be difficult for me to discern from the emotional or the sensitive type, because I'm a very sensitive person, so I would be attracted to that, from a good guy who is sensitive. Like, how would I know?
It's almost
Like, I feel like I'd have to be deep already to finally figure out that, oh shit, this guy's been manipulating me for the last 6 months.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, women especially, and you may can attest to this, you know from the beginning, you know from the beginning.
Oh, really?
But, and it's also talked about in the book, you give the benefit of the doubt to a stranger. And basically what that means is you know it's something. Like when you meet a guy, you know it's something off about this guy, but that something off doesn't negate everything about him that you like. And so you give him the benefit of the doubt, and your curiosity is like, I gotta find out what this something is. I know it's something, but it may not be that bad. And men do it too. And it's like you get 6 months in, a year in, and you find out what that something is, and it's like,
Damn it, I should have stuck to that something.
Right. It's like you know, in your whatever your beliefs is, your spirit, your discernment, whatever, you know, it's something.
I feel like we've all gotten those little red flags at the beginning that we kind of ignore.
You ignore him because you like him. He's handsome. He's successful. I like, I like things about him. So I'll just not listen to that.
Them red flags.
Yeah, I'll not pay attention to that. And then, like I said, 6 months down the line, a year down the line, that's when it happens. And I talk about that in the book. Stop giving the benefit of the doubt to strangers. You don't know this guy. So why are you giving him the benefit of the doubt? If you feel something about him, you're feeling it for a reason, and that's when you should take a step back and be like, nah, this is not gonna work for me.
How often are you guys giving the benefit of the doubt?
Well, I think that I naturally do that as an attorney. I'm used to arguing both sides. And naturally, I'm also one of those people that thinks, oh, they didn't mean to do that to me, or oh, like, maybe they're doing this like subconsciously on like a different level. Like, I wonder, LJ gave himself as an example that like the first person that he actually manipulated was his mother, right? And do you believe that you had like the intentional mindset of doing that, or that was just something that you were doing in the moment subconsciously? Like, can you talk to us about that?
It's all intentional.
It's all intentional.
As far as manipulation, it's intentional. It's a premeditated act. If I want something, then I know what I have to do to get it.
Yeah.
I know what I have to say. So,
Yeah.
like I said, I mastered that with my mother, and then, you know, and I grew up around all women. I grew up with a single mom. I grew up with
And
a
it's
sister.
probably not like you were being malicious toward
No,
your
no,
mother.
it
It was like you were trying to get something.
Right,
for
I was just trying to
yourself.
get something from
Trying
her.
to get your way.
Right, but I saw how easy it was. And so growing up, you know, being in the company of a lot of women just as friends and different things like that, and just gathering a lot of insight and a lot of information and different things like that. So after I was divorced, you know, some years ago. So after that happened, then that's when I became what I put in the book. And again, and like you were alluding to, it all comes from a space of brokenness. It comes from a space of damage in men that we don't want to, you know, take accountability for. We don't want to get therapy for, anything like that. So that's where it comes from. So I would rather hurt you and displace my hurt and my anger towards anybody else on you than actually deal with my issues and deal with my problems. And so that's after my divorce, and she was unfaithful and different things like that, and this was 20 plus years ago. That's when I became that in the book, because I was so hurt and I was so broken and I was so damaged, and I refused to deal with that. And I displaced my anger towards her on every woman that I met. And so I would manipulate them in one way or the other.
Yeah.
And so I became successful at manipulating women. But it was also one of the loneliest and darkest times of my life, because I was still empty, I was still broken, I was still damaged, but I was so upset and angry with my ex-wife that this is my way of getting back at her, so I thought.
Yeah.
I'm hearing everybody needs therapy before they start dating. So
For sure. Absolutely.
And I
that's
feel
a prerequisite.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of women who don't understand that think that because the man manipulated them and did them dirty, it was because of the woman, that they may have been weak or may have been not adequate enough, and so they blame themselves the whole time. It's the man.
It's the man.
And like we need to read books like that to understand that it was never us.
But I also think that like when women and men alike, when they have those feelings of emptiness, you don't need to be in a relationship. You need to go get therapy yourself, because two broken people cannot have a complete relationship. That's just crazy to me.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
don't come to me like I'm a Build-A-Bear factory, and your book talks about that, like the need to fix people.
Yeah.
I'm not about to fix you.
Right.
I'm not Lego.
Right.
I'm not blocking, block. And like, honestly, you asked like, how do we get over? And she spoke to the level of like, she is trying to feel around her discernment. I don't. You got about 30 to 45 days. And that's it. Everybody got a trial period.
To say seconds.
You got no.
That's
I'll
still
tell
too
you.
long.
I'll give you a
You
little
think
bit.
30 to 45 days
No,
is too long?
it's not too long.
Absolutely.
It's not too long for me.
you, yeah.
Let me tell you why. Because I'm not gonna be going out with you and hanging out with you every day. So like, if I have more time to give, if I made space, but I'm not making space until I know that you're worthy of my time.
It's about 6 to 7 weeks of seeing them maybe once or twice a week.
Is that 6 weeks? Because I need to come down some. Because 6 looking long.
Yeah.
We need to go back to 35 days.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 5 weeks.
Okay.
The 30-day
5 weeks work?
process.
Okay.
Yeah, because like I just feel like I'm not about to be doing this, and like at my age, I'm an older dater, right? So I don't have time to be wasting on people.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
But you're giving them 30 days.
My gift to you. Congratulations, guys.
So any manipulator would love that. All I need is 20. You giving me 30.
But that's if you're a manipulator and you presume that I'm dumb as hell.
Okay.
Yeah, the one thing I can know about men is that how naive they think a woman like us is, and that's how you can kind of discern. Like, yeah, you think I'm dumb, don't you? Like, you think you
I'm
can get away
healed,
with
baby.
this?
I feel you. I get it.
Good luck.
I think 30 days is too much time, but if that works for you,
That works for
then
me.
great. But I just think it's too much. I
That
can
might
give
be
a person,
5 days.
I can give a person a week.
Okay, we've
That's
laid
about
out
it.
the manipulators, the different kinds. There's bad men out there, unhealed men out there,
Yeah.
unhealed women out there. As people still in the dating pool, do you still have hope?
I am a hopeless romantic, so absolutely. I think that I have lived vicariously through a lot of clients in a lot of cases, and I am able to see what's gone wrong in their relationships from an objective perspective. I also think that the manipulators are not drawn to somebody like me who can just recognize their patterns, having seen it day in and day out. Like, I am in the business of dissolving relationships. So every relationship that comes in through my door, I'm seeing where did it go wrong, you know? And I'm taking notes and I'm learning. And I think that the manipulators, they like to prey on the vulnerable, right?
Absolutely.
And sometimes, like, I'll be dating somebody and I'm like, oh, like, what went wrong? I thought everything was going great. And I've had to learn, like, oh, well, that person was just not going to they were not going to achieve their goal with me. You know, maybe they were a manipulator and they realized that they were not going to be able to,
That's in the book as well.
Yeah.
Raina?
I'm really into, I would say, I have hope for the vast future. Do I have hope for myself right now? I think I'm in a point in my life right now where I'm reading relationship books all the time. I really love the book Why Men Love Bitches. I really love the book Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man by Steve Harvey, because those just like your book, they teach me things that I didn't have insight on before, that I'm like, oh, that was maybe what happened to me. And so I think at this point I like listening to podcasts, YouTube videos, books about it, and I'm really in a position of educating myself so that I don't have to go through that again. And I'm like obsessively educating myself. So am I hopeful now? No, I think I need to prepare myself mentally to not go through that ever again. So
Creating the boundaries, discovering the boundaries. Stacey?
Well, y'all know, I'm preparing to have my daughter go off to college, so I can only do things and create habits that's good, that she can see and that can be like translated to her and that she can absorb. And so like that's why I'm like, I really don't have time for it. And actually, you know what? I recently had a post on Instagram, right? And like I had a whole bunch of my homeboys like, who did something to you? I was like, nobody. I was talking about one of my friends. I was like, you know how it is. I just be posting. And this one guy friend said, yeah, I knew nothing was wrong with you because you don't attract those kind of guys. And I can honestly say, like, all the guys, like, in my dating experience, I've met some really good guys. So I can't talk about the men in Houston like that for real, because I've only been privy to really nice gentlemen. And I feel like it was like a personality indifference or something like maybe our schedules, or just I didn't like the way he chewed. It was like something like that, but it wasn't because he was a jerk.
well, that's awesome. Yeah. That is good
That's
for
why
you.
she can do the 30 to 45
Yeah,
days.
yeah,
That's why
can.
she can do
Look,
that.
I got a return policy.
She said I got a return
I
policy.
feel you.
All right,
I feel you.
LJ,
Yes.
what about you?
What about me?
Same question.
I'm hopeful. Yeah, the dating pool for me is great. I don't see the issues that a lot of people see in the dating pool. So
Because you did the work.
Yeah, I did the work, and so I was thinking about that before I came here, because I've watched a lot of this show, and people always say the dating pool has, this or that in it, and it's like that's the pool you choose to swim in. My pool is crystal clear, blue waters. It's refreshing, and so that may limit my options, but the options that I do have are compatible with me. And so dating for me is what you put in it. That's what I firmly believe. What you put in it, you get out of it. So if you're only getting this and that, and it's all bad, that's the pool you choose to swim in. Me, I choose to swim elsewhere in my own pool.
Damn. All right, listen.
We're going to the kiddie pool.
No, there we go. We're going to OST Liquors where we going. I know what's in there. I'm about to find out. We're going to the liquor pool. I'm going to talk to Jay Sleep and Chris Cooper after the break. You stay right there. Welcome back to the Nightcap. All right, we've decoded the manipulators, but now I'm behind the bar because it's time to decode these cocktails. And I've got Chris Cooper, the owner of OST Liquor. And you know this face, baby, okay? He knows how to make a cocktail or two, Jay Sleep, because it's time to do what?
Back that glass up.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, let me tell you, there's a lot of empty glasses. So clearly whatever you're serving up at OST is working. So what exactly is OST all about?
Yeah, so we're a neighborhood liquor store right there in the heart of 3rd Ward. A big thing that we care about is educating our consumers. So we have a ton of cocktail classes, wine classes. But the other big thing is focusing on our double cup cocktail program. So offering customers a cool way to have drinks to go.
Oh no, we're gonna talk about that, but I see Jay Sleep is already working. So what's he working on right now?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So he'll be featuring our Sunnyside sidecar. I'd like to pay homage to Sunnyside because we're right there next to 3rd Ward. So we've got a drink named right after him.
Okay, so what makes this so unique compared to a regular schmegular sidecar?
So this one right here is going to have fresh ingredients such as a peach oleosaccharum, pretty much pulling the oil. The sugar's gonna pull the oil from the fruit.
You always
Right there.
be educating
Yeah.
the crap out of me. Like, there's no way you're gonna make this at home. You're gonna have to get it from
Now you
OST
get it.
or from J Sleep
Right.
himself.
And I'm using also orange bitters just to open up the flavors of the apricot and the peaches because they marry well with each other.
Okay, so these double cups.
Yeah, let's talk about 'em.
Okay, this sounds real H-Town to me.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
so
yeah.
what exactly is this?
So we got our double cup cocktail here, and each one of these drinks are our way to show people how to be their own cocktail bartender. So it's a fun way to get people engaged. All the ingredients in the bag are meant to be placed in your cup, and then you use it to mix it up and go. So it's like a play on the double cup, but it's also like a little tool.
It's your tool.
Yeah, absolutely.
These are your shakers.
Yeah, so we wanted to empower people to be their own cocktail bartender.
Okay, so what are the two different kinds I see?
Yeah, absolutely. So we got one that's left over from our past holiday weekend, which was Halloween. Our Bone Thugs cocktail, which is really cool. It's a big hit.
Where can I show this? Which camera? Baby, ain't that the cutest thing?
Yeah.
Come on, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. There was one left. I was able to sneak it away.
Thank you, boo. Thank you. Appreciate it.
And then we've got our Sunnyside sidecar. So just like he's making a Sunnyside sidecar, we've got one right here for you to go as well.
Okay, so J Sleep, as a seasoned bartender, award-winning bartender, how easy it is to follow one of these, like, take home. Can I f it up?
Nah, but you can't get
Okay, so it's easy peasy. This makes it approachable.
It is.
Ooh, okay, hold on. Oh, look, Stacy's ready. Stacy's ready. Look, they got their refill. All right, so we can come anytime, get one of these double cups?
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime, Monday through Saturday, 11 to 9, come to OST Liquor Store. Absolutely.
Okay, and no manipulators there?
No, I'm not responsible for any manipulator.
I'm not responsible. Me neither. All right, do the self-work. And if you dated someone who needs work, you know it's time to say goodbye and say, work on yourself. We might revisit this later. All right, cheers to you. We'll see you guys next time.
Cheers.